Prepare for the loading screen. That will be your mind exploding from amazing gaming news. Are you expecting this? I bet you're not. Oh, let's do this.
Welcome to Respawn TV. I am your co-host, Brendan McKenna, here with the other host, Moose Bland. Say hi to the camera, Moose.
Hi, camera Moose.
First up on video game news, we're just going to hop right into it. Watch Dogs, which we covered a couple episodes ago. Maybe it was the last one. I'm hazy. It's been a week. It was delayed until 2014. It was originally a launch title for the, the PS4?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is still going to be on the PS4, but they're going to push it back. As you know, the PS4 is coming out next month, but they're going to wait until next year to release it because they don't want to rush, quote unquote. So
And we've seen games pushed back recently. It seems like unlike movies and things, games can be constantly changed and added onto and taken away from and perfected.
and
so
really quickly too.
So they say it will be at the least April that it'll happen.
Yes.
So it'll finally release
that's
then.
next year, the beginning of 2014. And we don't know what they're adding to it. They just want to add to the quality. As far as I'm concerned, there's no word on if they're actually adding to the game itself as far as story mode or online mode or anything. So hopefully, I feel like they're just, building that base for them. So
From the gameplay we've seen, it seems pretty cool. So if it's going to be as wide and varied and has many things as I've seen, it can only do with more perfecting. I mean, might as well make it the best. So up next in gaming news, Rockstar gives GTA Online players $500,000 for the problems that they faced online. Now, you have a lot more experience with that. What type of things were happening, and is this enough of a payback for what they...
Rockstar actually said that, hey, we're sorry that the servers were crashing and that things were like you would go through all of this creating your character and then you end up getting kicked off, so your character was deleted. And they also said that that won't be able to come back. You won't.
Sometimes I heard like even the single player campaign got deleted when it kicked you out of there. For some people, at least.
I haven't heard of that, but they did say that hopefully this $500,000 will relieve some of that anger, but they're going to make it more real lifelike. So you'll get 2 increments of $250,000, which is a plus. But there are stipulations. You have to have had already played online, and another stipulation was that your character is not coming back if he or she was deleted. So
I was just watching. I haven't played that, but it's a good thing they're perfecting it because there are some fun things you can do in this game. Like I've seen some stories of people that there's a passive mode, right, where you can't get shot.
You pay $100 and you can't get shot, and you can just do the missions without worrying about anything.
Right, except cars, which can run you over, right?
I'm not sure. I haven't played in passive mode.
You can still get run over by cars. So I've seen people go into passive mode. People like to just randomly kill you in that game, obviously.
Yeah.
So they come up to you, they try to fire the gun as much as they can. Then they'll get into a car because they'll realize you're in passive mode and try to run you over.
That sounds about
So
right.
you get near an edge, like a big old jump there. You climb up and they ram their car straight into a concrete wall and they just blow themselves up and then the cops kill them. So that's a fun little experience I've seen.
It is, and just to dip a little bit into online, it's so much more than what you would think is you get a car, you put auto insurance and everything.
Right, because we were just speculating when we covered this first time. So how has that been?
I personally think it's fantastic. You can steal a car, but you have to go get it painted, put a protection on it as far as insurance and everything, and no one else online can steal your car. So once you die, your car is still in that same place, and it shows up as a car symbol. So
is the indoor buildings, is it bigger than what you thought? We've said that there might be more indoor situations with the customizables.
I've honestly only been to stores. And
So you've been focusing on the gameplay you care
yeah,
about, which is good.
Yeah, but now that we have that $500,000, that's definitely more than enough to buy houses. And
Rent an apartment for at least a month.
Yeah, well, yeah, especially in that economy, right?
San Antonio, what's the place? San Andreas?
Los Santos.
Los Santos. So many Los and Sans. And also, we covered the Kickstarter campaigns and how those have been getting popular. Mighty Number 9 ended its campaign with $4 million. That was the $500,000 starting mark they had. So they actually got really far above what they wanted, and they got a lot of stretch goals in there.
What do you think? Do you think that they'll use that actual excess money to develop it more, or do you think they'll just...
That is actually a feature of Kickstarter. If the money goes beyond what the goal was, they keep adding things. They keep promising they'll add this if we reach this money mark, and this and this and this. And they've added at least, I think, 10 to 20 new features just because of all the access money they've gotten from this. So it's becoming more of a game.
I love it. You know, I love to see, things come from a concept, and I know you certainly followed this as well. I love to see things come from a concept to just out of nowhere get so much support, which is a plus in this
The big
case.
thing I'm wondering is this is going to be released like any other game, but the people that have already paid money for the $4 million, they already have the game. That's part of the Kickstarter. They were given the game for paying the money. So I want to know how popular it's going to be when it's finally released, because who knows how many people have heard about it outside of the campaign. Because if you heard about the campaign, you probably donated some money if you were truly cared about it.
Right.
So it's good to be, like us covering it, so we can get the word out and get a little more support for this game that definitely needs it.
And then they can tweet at us and tell us what they think about the game. Do you know when it's coming out?
I have not heard. They started development on it, but I think it'll be sometime in 2015.
It has a nice buzz so far, so I hope it does well. I hope it does well.
Watch out, because with Kickstarters, the buzz tends to die down after a while.
Yeah,
because
especially with 2015. That's
plus when they announce it, like they have, no development had started when they first announced it because they needed the money for it. So now they're starting development.
Monies.
Usually when a big-time developer announces something, they've got it like 80% done. So this is 0% done, and people have got to remember it till release date, and that's going to be difficult.
That's going to be a while, especially with the internet. It's so fast to forget. Well, coming up next is the G-Files Declassified by Alyssa Steen, so let's check it out.
Break!
The Super Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the Super NES, SNES, or Super Nintendo, is a 16-bit video game console that was developed and manufactured by Nintendo. It was initially released in 1991. The SNES is Nintendo's second home console following the NES. The console introduced advanced graphics and sound capabilities compared with other consoles at the time. With the addition of the Super FX chip, it was able to run some of the first three-dimensional video games on consoles, beginning with Star Fox. The SNES was a global success, becoming the best-selling console of the 16-bit era, despite its relatively late start and the fierce competition it faced in North America and Europe from Sega's Genesis. It remained popular well into the 32-bit era, and continues to be popular among fans, collectors, retro gamers, and emulation enthusiasts. Some of the most popular games for the SNES were The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Tetris and Dr. Mario, NBA Jam, Super Mario Kart, Star Fox, Harvest Moon, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and Donkey Kong Country.